I am sick and tired of these high egg prices that we've been seeing lately. And here recently, I'm going to tell you now why Trump is the one to blame. Y'all come along and let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? Now look, before you bash me and all these bad things, I want you to know something. Here recently, it has been released that egg prices are now actually 11% cheaper than they were when President Trump took office. What does this mean for us? Well, I know it's been so tough because we have had these egg prices so high that these eggs are literally like gold. But here recently, man, this is a heavy egg too, solid. Here recently, we've been, of course, we've been raising chickens, but here recently, egg prices are now finally starting to come down.
Good news, the average cost of a dozen eggs is actually down since Secretary Rollins and President Trump announced their plan. It's down $1.85. So that's good news on the cost of eggs. And as we know, under the Biden administration, egg prices went up 22%. This is another example of an economic mess that President Trump inherited. It will take about 3 to 6 months to get the egg supply back to where it should be.
Y'all saw my video a few weeks ago. If you haven't, go click it, where we discussed why egg prices were so high. But look, one of my predictions have come true. One of the predictions I had was the reason the eggs was so high was, of course, demand, but also is because of the daylight hours. Well, we've been getting longer days here in Northwest Florida. It's been warming up. Spring is on its way finally, and now our chickens are happily laying. And so this is the same for many areas. Yes, a lot of areas took a loss of over probably 10 plus million chickens due to the bird flu. But I'm going to tell you something, chickens are starting to lay again, which means more eggs in the market. Now, why is Trump the one to blame for this? Well, you can argue on all these things, but I believe he is the one responsible for the reason we now have lower egg prices. If you've been keeping watch on the market lately, you've seen how Elon Musk and Doge has really been reducing the federal waste and all the junk out there, okay? All this fraud, all the waste that we've been seeing, paying for transgendered mice, like, why would we need to pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Since we've been eliminating that, I believe prices are going to start getting a little bit better, but it had to get worse before it could get better, because you got the previous administration and their policies that has been affecting a lot. But here now, I believe things are starting to come to a better trend of pricing. And I'm really hoping it reduces the cost on the average taxpayer in America. Now, this video today isn't just about pro-Trump, but it's pro-America, because, guys, in reality, wouldn't everybody want to find fraud and waste of our tax dollars? Like, that's what's gotten me. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's only about 10% of America has an issue with Doge. Really 90%, I mean, when everybody voted, we saw the overwhelming votes from the House to the Senate, from the popular vote to the Electoral College. My goodness, like, I've never seen something like this in my life. The media wants to really scare us into thinking that we're the minority, when in reality, those who are pro-America are the majority. And so, how does this affect us as farmers? My hope is that feed prices can come down, which means that really the cost per egg of what we're getting chickens to lay will come down. That's what I'm really hoping for. But look at these chickens. They are just enjoying life right now. Even my roosters are getting along over there. How cool is that? You know, and I believe in America we can be that way too. Why can't we get along under one thing, and that is reducing our waste of the fraud, of the kickbacks that a lot of politicians are giving their families? Why can't we reduce that and get cheaper egg prices? You know, what is wrong with paying less money for great quality product? These eggs, we raise them farm raised, free range. We feed them local feed. And guys, these are some of the best eggs I've ever had. Unfortunately, we didn't grow up farming. And so when we moved out here and started our own farm with these chickens, it was weird getting eggs out of the coop. Like over here, guys, it felt so funny when it came time for us to get an egg out of the coop. It was like, I felt like I was like robbing somebody. But now we've gotten used to eating these eggs, and they're golden on the inside. The yolks are golden. They're so much healthier than you can imagine these store-bought eggs. Now, you may be buying store-bought eggs, and that's good. That's a start. But I'm going to tell you what, ain't nothing like these free-range eggs right here. They're so good. These guineas, guys, I think I am for real. Y'all going to the auction. Keep hollering. I don't know, are those male sounds? I feel like the machine gun sound, that that's the male. And I'm pretty sure I got about 5 males over in that mug because, man, they get to going and going and going. They don't stop. My goodness. But guys, the great news is that I believe egg prices are really, really coming down. And this is amazing to finally see them on a trend downward. I was looking the other day, now eggs are probably less than 50 cents per egg when you buy eggs. Should it be lower? Oh yeah, it definitely should be a lot lower. Normally, free range dozen eggs sell around here for about $5 for a dozen. Right now, it is still about, was it $6, a little less than $6 in the grocery store for regular store-bought eggs. The bad thing about getting those store-bought eggs is that they're probably already like a month to 2 months old when you're buying it in the store. And so it's just not as fresh as you could get a free-range egg. So if you got somebody local, go support them, get some free-range eggs, raise your own chickens, your own hens, get you some free eggs. It's wonderful. But prices are trending downward finally, and I don't want you guys to be concerned. I know there is so much room for worry out here today, and it's so easy for you to worry about everything that you see on TV. The media is saying this, I'm reading it on X, Instagram saying this, you know, but you can't live a life of worry. But you can't worry about tomorrow. Why? Because it says tomorrow can worry about itself. So live for right now, guys, and obviously do what you can to help support your family. And we're doing that by raising our own chickens. We got a mulberry tree right here. As you can see, I showed you on the last video. Beautiful tree. I think it's gonna fruit. I wanna show you all in a second. The little fruits look like they're coming up with the buds. But we're raising chickens. We got guineas back there, which are amazing foragers. They can specialize as meat birds as well. The guinea fowl, but we don't want to eat them. I really want them for their eggs, and they're just really cool to look at. But honestly, they're about to drive me nuts with their hollering. The last batch of guineas we raised with turkeys, and for some reason, they were not that loud. Like, they rarely were cackling all the time, and you may want yours to cackle, but they rarely cackled. I ended up selling them because I want some specialty guineas. These jokers are wild. Like, all they do is holler and cackle. These jokers can fly through the air. Like, they fly from G's house all the way over here to the coop, and it's crazy. At the end of the day, I believe some of the blame can go on President Trump's administration as to why we're having better prices. You may argue with me, and that's okay. We can have different opinions. But the fact of the matter is prices are getting better, and prices were some of the highest back in the previous administration, that it was literally choking out Americans, and we had millions and millions of illegals in our country, and it was really hurting us. But now, you can't argue with the fact that illegals are being deported. They're leaving themselves so they can try to come here legally, and now prices are even getting better. I was reading today also that I believe gas prices are now at a 4-year low, which is good to see come down. I remember in President Trump's previous term in administration, prices were some of the cheapest I had ever seen it. Back when I was younger and Obama was in office, I'll never forget when I saw gas prices and I was like, holy cow, I'm never gonna be able to drive because I can't afford gas. It was over $4 a gallon, upwards to $5. And I'll never forget thinking there is no way I'm ever gonna be able to drive. But thankfully prices are better, which means it's less burden on the farm here. It's less burden on our families, and we can actually start to put that money to good use. There's more value coming back to the dollar. Trump mentions it may get worse, and that may be a possibility. But guys, we're praying for the golden age. Like, why would you not want America to thrive? All the people, the very minority amount of people are so mad that Doge is cutting waste, and America is starting to thrive again. And my thing is this: are you not American? Do you not want your country to thrive? And so that's it right there, guys. We want to thrive. We want our farms to thrive, our chickens. These are some great chickens here. Hey girl, what you doing? These are great chickens, and it's God's country, man. Just watching these chickens every day. Well, I want to show you, can I show you guys my mulberry tree if you're still here? And if you enjoy this content, please comment below. Make sure you subscribe too. I love that you guys watch it. But look at this mulberry tree over here we've been growing. Look at this thing right here. This thing's been going on. My gosh, it's so pretty. Look at these buds. How cool is that? Wow. Look at that. How pretty is this tree? It's crazy. And see, I've never grown a mulberry bush before, but look. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus for you. But y'all see that right there? Look at that. I think those are buds right there growing on for the berries. Guys, this thing was like this tall when we put it in the ground. That's not that tall. What, a couple feet, 2.5 feet? And like its branches were this thick at the base of it. And now look at it. It's taller than me. This thing is taller than me. It is beautiful. A friend gave it to us, and it was super nice of them to do that. We thought it was dying in the 5-gallon bucket, and praise be, it is now living. And look how thick it is down here too. See that? It is so thick, all the branches coming off of it. A couple of them crossed over right there. We really wanted this tree to grow big, provide a little shade, because I may make like another runoff this way or something. Provide a little shade, but honestly, allow us to get all the berries that we want. And then when they fall to the ground, the chickens can eat them too. And so it's self-sustaining and providing for itself out here. We let our chickens free range all out here on the farm, and their poop really will help the grass. Keep this one thing in mind though: if you keep feeding them on the ground in the same spots, they will scratch it out until it's dead. Look at this over here, guys. Our chicken run, right there, if you can see it. Our chicken run, it was full of pretty grass. Within a day and a half, gone. I mean, gone completely. These chickens will peck and scratch. So we've thought about actually building something under there. We put some seeds, and when they grow tall enough, the chickens can reach it, but they can't ever finish, pulling it up. But anyways, yeah, gone. So we got all this acreage. Over there is where the chicken coop used to be, and the grass is slowly coming back. We're cleaning it up. I got a couple anchors I need to pull out. Problem is I concreted them in, but I want to pull those out and let that grow back nice and pretty. Maybe do a garden eventually. But chicken poop will kill your grass as well because it's very hot manure. So you have to let it kind of fade, let it compost down before you put it on plants. But look, I just threw some corn, cracked corn with some laying pellets down there. They're enjoying it. And right here, guys, last thing I did want to share, I forgot to mention, this mulberry tree, I'm not sure what kind it is. You may can tell from the video. If you know, comment below. But this mulberry tree, I put alpaca poop around it. In 1 year, look at how it's grown. Maybe less than a year. Huge. It may be in one of our past videos. I really need to go back and look. If I can find it, I'll comment it. But we might have filmed us burying it. But it's grown so big. It's absolutely beautiful. But anyways, guys, y'all don't be worried about what's going on. Worry actually affects your health more than you know. It'll make you sick. Just like they even say when you get angry, like really angry, that it shuts down your immune system. When you worry, it affects your body more than you know. So in all things, give thanks, quit worrying, and love life and live it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.